Hey, what's up, folks? If you're looking for the best mirrorless cameras, you've landed in the perfect spot. We've done the research to bring you the best mirrorless camera options for this year. Considering price, performance, and usage scenarios, stick around to discover which mirrorless cameras is the best fit. You can find all the product links with the best deals in the description box below. Our list is in no particular order, so be sure to stay tuned till the end. Let's get started. Number 1, Nikon Z6, the Canon EOS R6 II. It's a mid-range all-rounder that ticked a lot of boxes in testing. You don't get best-in-class detail from its 24.5 MP full-frame sensor, but we did appreciate the view through its best-ever EVF at 5.76 m number. Burst speeds are rapid too, with up to 60 fps at full resolution for JPEG, but it's the autofocus that really shone in our review. It's just about the best system in low light, while the latest subject detection modes proved suitably sticky. The Z6 III's video specification also stands out. You get 6K video up to 60 fps in camera and oversampled 4K RAW, plus regular 4K at 120 mps and 10x slow motion up to 240 mps in full HD. Record times are impressive too at 120 minutes even without a cooling fan. If you don't shoot a lot of video or action photography, there is an argument that the now cheaper Z6 II could serve you well for less. But strong performance across the board makes the Z6 III a compelling hybrid. Number 2, Olympus OMD EM10 Mark, the best cameras for beginners who are mainly focused on stills rather than video. It might lack advanced features such as phase detection autofocus or a microphone input, but it ticks all of the key boxes for beginners. A compact body and approachable button layout make it an accessible upgrade for smartphone photographers, as do Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. In our tests, we found that the 20.3 MP sensor to be plenty capable enough to capture consistently attractive images, while in-body image stabilization works a treat for shooting snaps at slower shutter speeds. The 121-point contrast detection autofocus won't make headlines, but it does a decent job of consistently tracking faces and eyes. Add classic styling to the mix, plus a handy flip-down touchscreen and an advanced photo mode that makes it easy to experiment with complex techniques, and the Mark IV proves itself a well-rounded beginner mirrorless option. Number 3, Fujifilm X-T5. The portability and smaller lenses offered by the APS-C format, the Fujifilm X-T5 is one of the best APS-C cameras we've tested. It has the highest resolution APS-C sensor on the market with a 40.2 megapixel resolution that captures stunning detail and gives you more leeway to crop your images. The camera's relatively portable design, tilting screen, and dedicated exposure dials are great for street photographers and make it easy to change settings on the fly. The camera even boasts impressive video features like 10-bit internal recording and 4K capture at up to 60 fps. If you can stretch your budget and don't mind giving up some portability, the Fujifilm X-H2S is another fantastic APS-C option. It's a more expensive camera, so the X-H5 is a better deal for most shooters, but the pro-centric design of the X-H2S and its stacked sensor make it a great fit for high-level action photography and video work. It has slightly better internal video recording specs, including support for ProRes formats, and suffers much less rolling shutter distortion. However, the X-T5 is a bit cheaper and more portable. Number 4, Canon EOS R10, the Canon EOS R10. From our tests, two features set the Canon EOS R10 apart for learners: its 15 fps burst shooting rate and powerful subject tracking autofocus, which operates across 651 AF points. These two features combine to make the R10 a fantastic performer in a range of scenarios. Particularly when subjects are fast-moving, we found it particularly good at tracking the eyes of subjects. It's not a perfect camera for beginners. We found the EVF a little small and also noted the lack of image stabilization, a feature which is offered on rivals like the Olympus OMD EM10 Mark X Mark IV below. Then again, we also found that the R10's low weight and deep grip make it a forgiving camera for novices to use. We also noted positively in our review the helpful presence of an AF joystick. The only major drawback is the lack of native lenses currently available for Canon's RF mount. That, in all other respects, the R10 is a versatile option for photographers getting started. Number 5, Sony A6700. The Sony A6700, a powerful hybrid for hobbyists, with a 26MP APS-C sensor armed with 5-arc stabilization, plus a 759-point phase detection with Sony's real-time recognition AF. The camera consistently delivered sharp, balanced images during our review and recognized and tracked a range of targets with class-leading autofocus accuracy. Video quality impressed us too. Its 4K 6-tip video, oversampled from 6K, proved crisp in clear conditions. The A6700 isn't perfect. We encountered noise when shooting at higher ISOs, while its metering system struggled with underexposure on overcast days. As for video, there's a 1.6 crop on 4K 120D footage, which isn't ideal, plus Sony's complex menu system leaves something to be desired. That said, Sony has improved the handling from previous A6000 series models, deepening the grip and giving direct access controls while maintaining compact dimensions. If you want a tidy APS-C hybrid with the latest autofocus performance, we think the A6700 is still a great choice. If you'd rather a retro feel and exposure dials, check out the X-T5, while if you want the fastest performance, the EOS R10 tops the bill. Number 6. Fujifilm X100VI. Fujifilm X100VI is the best compact camera you can buy and the ultimate street photography camera so long as you can find one. Fujifilm has experienced insane levels of demand for this camera, just like it did for its predecessor, the X100V, meaning the X100VI is rarer than hen's teeth. If you can get your hands on one, though, it's definitely worth it, especially if you're a fan of street photography. The X100VI packs Fujifilm's latest and greatest technology, including the 40.2 MP X-Trans CMOS 5 HR image sensor, intelligent hybrid AF with numerous detection and tracking modes, and in-body image stabilization. IBIS. Surprisingly, Fuji have been able to add ABIS without sacrificing size or weight, as the X100VI is only a fraction bigger than the X100VI as a rangefinder-style retro. This camera features tactile control dials which not only look good but offer an engaging shooting experience too, making this one of the ultimate cameras for street photography. Its fixed 23mm lens offers a field of view equivalent to a 35mm lens on a full-frame camera, which is ideal for street, travel, or documentary photography. Fuji offers lens adapters if you'd prefer a wider or more telephoto field of view. But if you'd like the ability to switch lenses, consider the Fujifilm X-T5 if you're happy to sacrifice the rangefinder form factor. If you'd like a rangefinder-style ILC, the XE4 is a great choice. Number 7. Panasonic Lumix G9. The Panasonic Lumix G9 is our favorite camera for sports and wildlife, thanks to its blisteringly fast 75 fps shooting rate. This camera is designed for enthusiasts and professionals who value speed over all else, making it the ideal fit if you're trying to capture fast-moving wildlife for pro athletes. The G9 uses a micro four thirds sensor, which is the smallest sensor size of all the cameras on this list. This means a smaller shutter, which is a big part of what allows the camera to shoot so fast. Nevertheless, with 25 MP on tap, it produced lovely stills in testing with plenty of fine detail. Thanks to Panasonic's latest hybrid contrast/phase detection AF, it also had no problem keeping up with a racing greyhound during testing, and this camera shares much of its design with the Lumix S5iX, and that's no bad thing. We absolutely loved the way the camera was built and laid out. It's super easy to use, and everything is exactly where it needs to be, crucial when shooting fast-paced action. It also has IBIS to ensure handheld shots are blur-free at slower shutter speeds and to keep video looking smooth. On the topic of video, the G9 will shoot 5.8K/30p, so it's got some firepower up its sleeves, although we'd recommend the full-frame S5VIX if you're going to be shooting video lots. The G9 is primarily a stills camera. Number 8. The Nikon Zf. While the styling is distinctly 1981, the performance is much more contemporary, with very competitive autofocus and the strong balance of stills and video capabilities that we've come to expect from a camera at this price. The Zf gives the choice of using the dedicated control dials or customizable command dials. In most respects, it copies its well-polished control system from other recent Nikons. Not everyone will enjoy the angular early 80s handling, but it handles just as well as the cameras it resembles. The Zf's autofocus is impressive, with both subject recognition and AF tracking both working well. It's perhaps not quite as confidence-inspiring as the latest Sony cameras, but it's not far off. It'd be nice to have an AF joystick, but the rear control pad does a decent job. Number 9. Sony ZV-E, the best vlogging body you can buy. It's small, compact, and lightweight, while packing in some incredible features like an image-stabilized full-frame sensor and subject recognition and auto tracking that comes straight out of the Sony A7RV. The camera is also incredibly simple and intuitive to use, so is perfect for anyone wanting professional-looking footage without knowing a lot about cameras. Video footage is excellent, sharp, clear, and with good color direct from the camera. While the stills are of very high quality, they are obviously limited by the 12MP sensor and pretty much a second thought for a vlogging camera, so this isn't the end of the world. While I still rank Canon Zf more highly for stills, Sony's latest autofocus tracking is a sight to behold when it comes to video, especially for human subjects. It is incredibly fast and accurate with its AI powers, meaning you don't have to worry about focus and can think about other aspects of filming.